everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Horsemanship 101 series presented by Hanson Dam Riding School. Today we'll be shooting a 3-part mini-series about how to saddle, bridle, and untack your horse. Let's start by going over the tack that we'll need. First, you'll need a square pad or a saddle pad. These are the first layer of cushion between the saddle and the horse, and they help prevent friction and rubs from the saddle. Next, you'll need a half pad, which looks like half of a saddle pad. These act as shock absorbers for the saddle, so the weight and the force will be more evenly distributed across the horse's back and easier on the horse's spine. Third, the saddle. This is what the rider sits in. To learn more about the parts of the saddle and how a saddle's shape affects the horse and rider, check out my Parts of the Saddle video, link in the description. Fourth, the girth, the most important piece. This piece of tack goes under the horse's belly and holds the saddle on the horse. Now, on to saddling. Start with your square pad. The rounded part goes in front, over the withers. The keeper strap, which prevents it from slipping backwards, sits in the middle, while the square part goes behind, so logos and patches are visible. From the left side of the horse, open up the pad and gently sling it over the horse's back, with the middle seam of the pad over the spine. The front of the pad should sit just over the withers. If you put the pad too far forward, just gently slide it back. If you put it on too far back, take it off and start over, as pulling it forward will rub the hair in the wrong direction and be very uncomfortable for the horse. Second is your half pad. The rounded part goes in the back to support the cantle, while the smaller puff goes in front under the pommel. Sling it over just like your square pad, center seam over the spine. The front of the half pad should be about even with the edge of the square pad, and leave some space in between the withers and the pads. Third is the saddle. When you put the saddle on, be sure to have the girth over your shoulder so you can put it on immediately. When putting the saddle on, the cantle goes in the back, while the pommel sits in front over the withers, and the gullet just over the spine. Using both hands, carefully lift the saddle and lightly set it on top of the half pad. Make sure you don't plop it down like a sack of potatoes. Once the saddle is centered, pull both the saddle pad and the half pad up into the gullet under the pommel. You should be able to put your hand in between the withers and the saddle pad. This ensures that the horse's movement isn't restricted by the saddle pad, and it prevents a pressure point from forming over the withers. If you can, do the same thing below the cantle to get as much pressure off the spine as possible. Then put on your girth. Start on the left side, lift the left saddle flap, and find your billet straps. Thread your girth through the keeper strap on the saddle pad. This will prevent the saddle pad from sliding back while you're riding. Then, attach the buckles of the girth on the first and third billets. Only go up 1 or 2 holes to make sure you have enough girth on the other side, especially if your horse likes to bloat or suck in air and expand their belly so you can't fasten the girth as tight. Some saddles have a buckle guard that you can pull over the girth buckles to protect your saddle flap from rubs and give your leg a smoother contact surface. Once the girth is attached, walk all the way around the front of the horse and attach the other side. Carefully reach under and grab the girth and bring it up to the billets on this side. Once again, thread the girth through the keeper straps before doing the buckles. On this side, tighten the girth until it is snug enough that the horse won't move around, but loose enough to give the horse a chance to get used to the girth. Watch out, as if your horse is girthy, they may bite, kick, or otherwise react if you tighten the girth too quickly. Don't worry about getting it completely tight right away. There will be plenty of time to tighten it before you get on. When fully tightened, a properly fitting girth should go about halfway up the billets on both sides. And don't forget about your buckle guard. Congratulations, you fully saddled your horse. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Toni's Tack Tips. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of my new content. If you have any questions or ideas of content you'd like to see or things you'd like to learn, comment below and I'll try to make it happen. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to always ask why. Bye for now.